for bringing me across this gentleman I'm about to go over and watch some of his videos. I told you I was seeing lots of crazy conspiracy stuff. Oh man, and this guy, it's just like, oh, this is so good. Like, it's so good. We're gonna talk about it. It's so good. All right, so and this was crazy. His videos got like 1 million views. Like, um, his name is Jessie on Fire. And I'm just gonna throw it out there. I mean, look, if you want to go check his channel out, see all his craziness, go right ahead. I didn't go too deep into his channel. Clicked on like a couple of videos. There's like it's like fake, or it's not fake. I'm sorry. It's got UFC stuff on it too, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not really UFC. It's like a clicky bait kind of thing. Anyway, I don't really know anything about this dude other than he's super angry. Like, that's why I wear my sunglasses, is because when he looks at the screen, it's like he's trying to look into your soul. It's kind of creepy. I feel a little violated. But all right, so the first part we're going to talk about, he has this video reacting to the Donald Trump shooting thing. And he just starts off right now with this saying that this kid that went to school with him is not a real. He's like an actor.
Like I said, why do they do this? Lone gunman. Why do they need to make the lone gunman? Because a lone gunman does not have any co-conspirators, and the people who are actually behind these things in most cases.
Yeah. So he's basically saying like this is an actor, not a real person. I'm like, damn, dude, like.
Trump gone. They think that if they get rid of him, then the problem that he provides, which are causes, which is their grip on global power becoming much weaker. And I mean, he is a threat to everything that these people are. I mean, they are all in cahoots together. They're cronies. Here's the other thing. I want to talk more about Trump and his personality and just who he is.
So, and then he goes on to say the way the kid says that the guy was a loner, that it sounded too scripted. And then, but this part is where he gets like I was like, oh, you're just an angry dude, because he like just goes on this rampage about this poor Secret Service chick.
I just wanted to show you guys this. Look at this. Look at this. This is who's on his Secret Service team. Okay?
Oh, you mean the Secret Service people who got him out of there? Great. Who did that part good? Okay.
Being a Secret Service agent responsible for protecting the life of a former or current president. Is it that you have to run a mile in under 6.5 minutes, which I could do when I was like 10? Do you think that would be a reasonable thing to require? Yeah, I think it would be. How about just proficiency in holstering, unholstering, and firing a weapon? How about that? Okay. How about being able to win in a fight against the vast majority of humans on Earth?
So he's basically saying like, I guess because they're women, that like it's not like you're just one of those dudes.
Okay, because how about 0 for fucking 3? Okay, this is who is on his Secret Service team. Watch this.
Okay, I just want to point out the fact that this guy obviously doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, because one, that's not all of Trump's security detail, that just those individuals. Like, there's layers to it. Like, if you go back and watch the video of the Trump shooting, like, you got your first group that they kind of like build a bear around him. Then you have the black uniform guys that came up. They're the engage if there's a target level. Then you have the snipers. There's different layers of the security. But I'm sure Mr. Angry here knows this. I'm sure he's some type of security professional or something. He has to be, right?
See that? Look at that. Okay, that might seem like a small thing to people who don't really know what they're looking at. If you're not like a person who...
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I hope he can explain to me what I'm looking at, because I might not know that this poor person, for whatever reason, Mr. Holster. Like, oh my God. Like, I wonder how many like severely life-threatening events this Mr. Jessie on fire has been in, where he knows how he's going to react.
Kind of follows, tactical military training type channels, or doesn't have a lot.
Oh, so he just gets all his information from YouTube channels? Oh well, no wonder, man.
A lot of kind of like shooting and tactical training. For a person to fumble like that, reholstering their weapon, shows such an enormous lack of practice that it's kind of unbelievable. And here's the thing: a person can be big and out of shape and slow if they're running, but if they practice muscle memory, they still can be lethal with a firearm. But you want to know how we know that she's not that either? It's because she can't even reholster her gun. Okay, this is someone so unqualified for this role that it's absolutely unreal. I don't need to know a single other thing about her. If someone wants to tell me, oh, well, she's she's actually an expert in, fill in the blank, some other role that doesn't have to do with like quick response and violent, protection or whatever. Okay, well, so how come she's putting him like what?
Wow, he has all the answers.
Why is she involved in putting him in the car then? Why does she have what is she doing there? And you have the Secret Service people. The Secret Service specifically said they want 30% female Secret Service agents.
Okay.
What percentage of women aspire to be security?
So he's like going off on what? He's creating a scenario in his head where this woman wasn't able to perform her job somehow. That didn't happen. Like, she didn't do it. Like, nothing happened. Like, it's not like somebody came out of that crowd once they got to the car and was able to get to the former president because she didn't have her gun holstered. Like, you're creating a delusional scenario to somehow feed your own ego about something. And if you actually look at it, there's a good explanation of probably why she misholstered her weapon. If you look, you can tell that, and your video is not super clear, but there's other videos you can see it. Excuse me. You can tell she's wearing like some type of body armor under her shirt. So if it's a different, it kind of makes you thicker than your normal. I mean, I guess I'm assuming Jessie on fire, from the sound of it, since he's so expertise on security, he probably knows that if you're wearing different types of body armor, you're not going to be able, it affects the way you twist your body if it's on right and it's wrapped around you tight. But I'm sure he knows that. That to me, that's what it looks like happened. Is she had a body armor on today because guess what? She was on detail guarding the president or former president wearing some body armor. I mean, or even what if it was just her? Like, what if this was her first detail, bro? Like, first day on the job kind of thing. Like, you can talk all this like, oh, you're not qualified or muscle memory, all those little key catchwords that you hear on your little tactical channels that you seem to like want to throw up as some type of qualification for you to judge this person. I mean, I'm not talking about the whole overall security layout of the whole Trump thing and the shooter and why people are confused about why the shooter was able to get some close and the snipers, which isn't, he has another video where he kind of like goes on to a rant about that one too. And it's funny because it's yeah, just I don't know everything either, but like if you just use a little, I don't know, like look shit up, try to figure stuff out, like it's not that difficult to know. Like but whatever. I digressed for a second there.
Armed security for important politicians. Okay, like you just blanket all the most athletic women in the world. Okay, let's just just go into America, right? And you go to all the top athletes, both men and women, and you ask the women, you're like, hey, would you think that it was a cool job for you to be in a Secret Service agent? And again, you strap
so now he's gonna say like basically like she didn't even want to do the job, that they somehow just got her because they needed a number and yada yada blah. Okay, whatever. Like that's like I said, it's just, but it's crazy to me because this dude has like a freaking million views for this video. And then this other video about us, the sniper.
Shot range with a thing that looks very similar to a rifle scope.
Yeah.
And they're going to army crawl themselves up there. Okay? If you get noodled, that is tragic.
So he goes into this whole like, how did this guy get there and blah, blah. I mean, it's the reality of it is he did. Like, and
the clip that everyone was seeing would be a bullet blowing up Trump's face. The guy that got hit is some heroic father that when the shots.
I mean that's the whole thing that's tragic about it is the way the crowd died. But the scenario of it, I mean, everyone keeps pointing to like those snipers on the roof. But that's the thing is those snipers whenever they have if you look at the diagram, the whole layout of the park, the snipers to, I believe it was the right of Trump, whatever, those guys, yes, they're snipers. And everybody's like, why didn't they see this guy that was 130 yards away? Because those snipers are not looking at 130 yards. They're looking 300, 400, 500 yards. That's what a sniper does. They're not expecting someone to be like, they're snipers and like responding to snipers, right? So they're looking for their snipers. So this kid was not a sniper. He was like, they literally said he got kicked off the rifle team that he was trying to be on. So like, it's not like he was, and he missed the shot. And that's the other thing. This same dude was like, oh, I all my Navy SEAL buddies tell me that that's a shot, or he says he can hit that shot. I'm like, okay. But it's just, this guy's angry about it. He just keeps.
I mean, if I have to compare the two, I'll probably be a little bit more mad about Trump, but you're talking 10 out of 10 and like 9.5 out of 10. No one should have any positive feelings towards it.
And then he goes on that rant about but then he's like, I'd feel the same way, almost the same way if it was Biden. Well, that's not like, you're just rhetoric saying it's just, and this is why what happened is because people are so angry about the other side. Like, it's wild in America. Anyway, yeah. So this dude, Jessie, something other, screaming Jessie or whatever.
Anybody who feels disappointed that Trump did not get shot in the face.
It's like he's just trying to stir people up, like.
Let me pull that up for you real quick. I'm sorry. What's up, brother? Thank you very much. NYPD cop for 19 years. You were taking your life in your hands, working with 99% of female cops.
Oh yeah, so it goes on a female rant about the security guard or the Secret Service agent being a female. Like, again, he's complaining about something that has nothing to do with the outcome of that event at all. Like that person didn't screw anything up. She didn't do anything wrong. Like Mr. Holster his weapon perfectly every time, I guess. I don't know. I mean, obviously, he must have steady hands because look at that line in his hair. I mean, that's precision hand accuracy right there for you.
You know they're going to try to get him again. I don't think there's any likely scenario where anyone's going to get a shot at him.
And of course, he thinks they're going to try to kill him again. Like I said, this was crazy. So this guy's on here just saying all sorts of crazy stuff about conspiracies and that kid's a fake actor and the Lone Goldman story's not real. And I'm like, how can this guy have 2 million views on this video? Like, that's wild. I just. So he's talking about like not now on that part. He's talking about how like Trump now should not even eat food cooked for him. That he should just go buy prepackaged food because they're going to try to get him. The next way is through poisoning him. And if he like that, this guy is hardcore. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, Jessie on fire. he's got, quite a few followers, but I mean, that one's got 1 point. That's the one, the first video I was watching back. And then this one, upcoming. I'll have to check that out. See what kind of crazy. That shouldn't do that though, right? Because he's just getting more views. I get sucked into his craziness. I don't know. This is stuff that he's kind of throwing out there, but it's like if you just kind of actually use a little logic about it. Yeah, I mean the whole scenario, what happened is unfortunate, and there's things you can learn from it. Obviously, the Secret Service people are going to question how the guy got 2 million views for just kind of like saying crazy stuff. Like, what happened was awful, and the reason it happened is like so many other things in the world that happen is, security. It, like everything else changes, right? And depending on what's going on in the world, I know they're like, oh, it's the world, but we haven't had anything like that happen here in a long time. The Secret Service hadn't had, I don't think, I think there were attempts, there's failed attempts where they stop them before they like actually attempt it. This is the first actual attempt, and the only reason it didn't happen is because the guy wasn't a good shot. So there's criticism because of the way they had everything set up. Excuse me, sorry. Well, here's the thing. Since it hadn't had any kind of probably major incidents in a while, it's laxed. Security. Remember, like, right after 9/11, you couldn't go out of an airport without somebody being armed. Like, you do SWAT teams at every airport after 9/11 for a while. Then as things cooled down and digressed, security got relaxed, right? So that's probably why what happened as far as that guy being able to get there and do what he did. That's it. Like, there's no grand conspiracy. Like, somebody turned their eyes so that this kid, because one, they had no idea who the kid was. Like, of course, unless they're going to go with the whole, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, then there's so many more conspiracies that you'd have to go involved for this kid to, like, be what everyone wants him to be. Because it's easier to, I don't want to say explain, but it's easier to just think there's some type of force behind everything bad that happens. Then sometimes that's what happens in the world is people do bad things. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Point of all this is Jesse's on fire. He is definitely on fire with his 2.4 million views. So I guess that's what you're supposed to do there right now. Anyway, thank you for coming along with me as our reviewed Jessie screaming at us. Any suggestions of anybody channel has to check out just to see the craziness, let me know. And go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, and I'll keep doing this. The 12 people watching, I'll keep doing this.